Hello, thank you for coming to my channel. My name is Sarwa, and today I am going to go ahead and talk to you about my first step or my first journey or my first view um, in making almost like a peekaboo view of what's going on with the whole voting system. I told you guys that I will go ahead and go take a step to see how this process can work for me and you over here on this channel, and I will explain as we go. So please, um before we get started, I want us to go ahead and do a little quick prayer. Amen. So today I got my kids ready and decided to go ahead and visit my local voting station where I can go ahead and cast my vote for the next how do you call it, the next senator or representative, or the next member of the seat that is being um that needs to be occupied. So I get the names of everybody, and I was going to show you guys how to literally names and what the whole names literally say or mean to you. But I don't think I want to do it here, in a sense that it might affect a lot of people who come on my channel and they'll be pissed. And I have done this for almost a lot of the voting systems. But what I'm trying to teach you here is, it actually, this is how it goes. It's actually going in a sense where, if it's a scale, the whole world system is a scale. And the scale is, whoever's heart weighs the most does not make it, but whoever's heart is the lightest always does make it, right? So who have the lightest heart, that whenever they come on the seat, they'll be able to represent what the people need, or who have the heaviest heart, that whenever they come on the seat, they will be able to come in and fight us and put us into how the next generation is going to be. So the first thing they always, let's say, they always do is, we have to look at the generation coming. Let's say it's a generation where it's gonna be a lot of kids that are enlightened, or enlightenment means a lot of kids that are almost like aware of themselves. Means they are very awakening, aware to themselves, that they can tell what's coming. They know everything. Their eyes are fully open and everything. So yeah, I did take a step to my local vineyard. But when I was going, I had two children. I had a boy and a girl, right here in my home, that I needed to for somebody to care for them, just so I could go to the voting station. But unfortunately, I don't have nobody to go with me to the voting system or the voting arena. So I was like, how do I do it? Right? You know, mothers uh having this big issue where whenever they're going to vote, they need somebody to care for their children, especially if you have five children and you work. You gotta go pick this one up, go pick that person up. If you have a mother who is having some kind of disability, you have to go drop her here, you have to go drop her here. What if you have a brother? Family issues like this, the voting system did not look also for it. This is how a lot of cultures that were trying to serve what is called the one law, or the three law concorded into one law universe. This is the issue that they all face. Most of them did not look at the mom and dad and the child system. They look at, let's say, a mom and a sister system, or a father and a son system without a mother. And this issue will cause a whole lot of cultures to fail. Some will not make it. You understand? So how does this culture, this part of the voting system, or this part of the government is a culture, the take it this way. All the sectors of, let's say, of the government system, they all have a culture they all must follow. They believe as if they are following supervisor, management, and all this. They have it down all right, but they're not following what is inside the homes and the people as well. So this is where this comes in, where this notion about single mothers were not even taken in account, where we can say, wait. How is this person going to come and vote when they have children? You know, they have to go and hire somebody for $20, especially on the day where there's the election and the voting going on, where they have the long lines. That means, I mean, yes, of course, you have to have somebody or wait for your children to be at school. They did not even take the people that are at work, who have to work Monday to Friday. They don't really take they didn't take theirs in perspective. Why am I saying this? I remember during whenever the election was going on for the last election, the last main election was going on. What happened was I saw a lot of people stuck on the floor that I was working on, and they were like, "Well, I can't go because the time I work and the time that the elections is happening, it just they close election close or something." And they were like, "Well, it runs 24 hours this day." I mean, they were confused in there. These folks were confused in there when what time election run, what time where, who they it's I mean, guys, I saw the whole 9 years. I was like, wait on. How is it that you guys are so confused about just this, you know? And now I believe it. Yes, they were confused. Why? Because, they were saying, well, I gotta go pay my kids and this. I gotta call off. I'm gonna tell them that I'm gonna vote. And I'm like, wait, is there any other way that we can do this for working moms and fathers to have a leeway that they could take the step, a little further? Is anybody looking at it? I'm not sure if they do. Because now what's happening is when I was trying to go there, I couldn't. But I said, okay, never mind. I'll take my kids. My kids asked the question, oh my God, are we gonna go there? And I'm like, yes. You see how my kids are behaving? It's like, oh my God, we gotta go with mom. Yes, you got to, because I don't have nobody to care for you guys. If I leave you guys in the house and something happened for even 5 minutes, Jessica Tata's case, something happens for 5 minutes, do you know that I'm going to jail for life and I'll be killed? The government system does not spare me that I left you guys here trying to come vote. No. They are going to say I'm an irresponsible mother who did not care for the child, left my kids and went and vote. Yes, they will. So I gotta take you guys with me. And like they always say, it takes only like between 5 to 3 minutes for a crime, or they have a certain number they give to happen, right? So all of a sudden, I take these kids with me in the car. We went all the way to the station. When you go there, it's a lot of folks running around with a card of who to vote for, and they try to ask you this and that. You see, this is what is called. I'm gonna tell you guys. This is what is called almost like it's like a marketing, marketing in front of the voting arenas. Where people come and stand there and tell you who you want to vote for and who you want to do this for and all that stuff. And now I will be very scared to even stand in the front over there trying to voice my opinion on vote for this person, vote for that person, and this person is good. based upon who is behind the place watching you, who is behind the arena taking a video of you, who is saying, oh, you work for this person and support this person because next election comes on, I have you under target. You know, who is out there trying to do that? But let's put security stuff on the side. I go there all the time. Let's put it on the side. So now pick it up. My daughter now and my son is with me. We got there. I got a wonderful parking right next between these two white cars. Almost like one is I was like, oh, it looks like a yeah, I got a good parking, so I gotta put it in and it looks forward. So I saw these gentlemen, these ladies, passing stuff around, and I was like, "Oh, wow, this is awesome!" So first, I got the cards. Yeah, one of the representative. I don't want to say the names and everything. And so I was presented with it, and I was like, nah, you know. But the second guy comes to me, and it was like, well, I used to be for this person, and now I am here trying to present this person so you can vote for the person. And I'm looking at him like, huh? He said, well, I'm being a good citizen in the sense that this person was not for me, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that you need to vote for this person. And I'm looking at him like, that don't make no sense. You know why it doesn't make sense? Guys, shocking. Let me put my hand up. Why it doesn't make sense is because when you are in a party with someone and they won over you, you don't go ahead and go to the general public and say, well, this person is really good. Everybody vote for that person. Do you know what just happened to you? You are deemed as an unlawful person, meaning, unlawful person, meaning when you went out there, you and the person stand and challenge each other. You see, this is what the problem is, that I had it with the government system all the time. And if I tell you this, you might be shocked here on my channel. I always tell folks this. There's no way you guys have these two people fighting against each other in public, and after fighting against each other in public, and one of them won, you all come and stand in front of the whole world telling us that we need to go ahead and vote for the person that you guys were battling with, that you did not win, that that person is really good. Do you know what you guys just showed the whole world? You just showed the whole world that you guys were only playing a game. You guys were only playing a game from the get go. The game is running like this. Hey, man, guess what? Let's go out there. You're gonna be the bad guy. I'm gonna be the good guy. Let's argue with each other. By the end of the day, let me take the seat. If I take the seat and we finish and I'm able to move forward, then you come back around and tell all of the people that supported you that they need to go ahead and do what? Support me and support me. Guys, sorry guys, I had to go do this real quick. So, this is what the problem of, let me give it to you. It's called dress it up. It's almost like an old system. Let's dress it up, look good and clean, so that what will happen is like folks can still go ahead and trust in it. Meanwhile, it's like ordered, booted. crumble upside down, tore apart, beat down, broke down, just going around. You know what I mean? It's like, you may have all the height and everything, but you know, everything ain't everything. You see what I mean? So let me show you how what I mean is. Let me write it down for you. Get you a paper. You stroke one on the left, you stroke one on the right, right? It's, you have two, which is 11. You have it in front of you. All of a sudden, these two, go ahead and do a triangle like less than one, two. These two go at it, right? And guess what happened? There was a spark. So a single person was chose, right? During the spark, a single person was chose, which is now looking like a cup. Do you have it on your screen? Yes, you have like now a cup. What happened with a cup, right? You looking at it as a cup here, but it's actually made, it's a symbol for fire, okay? It's a symbol for fire, ancient symbol for fire. A lot of people don't know it, but I do. Why it's in my head. So there's a spark. Whenever the spark hit, it always hit, or it's called a lightning. It always hit at a 180-degree line. Okay. So now you're gonna draw your 360-degree or your circle from what? Starting from your first triangle where the 33-degree is. You bring it all the way down to the other side where the 33-degree angle starts. Okay, what you got in there is what? It's open. It's two, one, two, three. So you have a full half side, quarter, quarter on the side. You are missing a full what? Another quarter. Okay. So meaning you have only 75%. Okay. You have 75% that is completed. You have the 25%. So 75% of your voting is already cast for you. You as a person, you have only 25% chance to go and make your whole voting a fool. You understand? To go and make your whole voting a big cup for folks to literally drink out of it. But the 75% of the whole voting was cast out, rebuke, done it all for you. Just go ahead and make a decision. So now that leaves you with what? Like I said, if you have $1.75 taken out, you got how much left? 25%. It's your 5 plus 2. You become the lucky one, the 7 one. Okay? You born. So now, this is how the system is working. These two in the same party, let's say the first starts with Democrat, go after Democrat. Democrat goes after Democrat, right? They go ahead and they fight each other. They choose one. Let me say, let me put my name. Let's put G and S, okay? J and S, right? J and S system, guys, you have to always know how this work. It's like the J and the S, the Jesus system, or let me put it for you. So J go ahead right here on the left all the time. S is always on the right, okay? So the in between, I don't know, trash it out. So the J is on the left, Sarah is always on the right, and on the side, the J is like, let's put it like John, Jon. He can be pulled around like a rock. So John is on the left, and Sarah here is on the right. So all of a sudden, John and Sarah agreed that, well, let's go ahead and talk and everything about the casting the vote and everything. Like you and your husband, let's go ahead and talk and make it good, right? For us to have a child, all right, to be born. So you both Democrat and Republican, they do that, right? But no, this is how I'm teaching you. This is one party now. So let's put this party as, let's put KC, right? Casey, or the baby Casey. So demo. Let's keep it going. Blanks. So left and right, one on one. They see each other, and it's like, let me be the bad guy, let you be the good guy. Let's go ahead and fight over the voting, And if the voting system don't work for us, I can go, you can go. So they fight against each other, good cop, bad cop. They fight against each other. One is chose, boom. Okay? Whenever the one is chose, you saw it on the TV. They were fighting for the seat. Oh yeah, your badge is not good. You showed the wrong flag. You were doing this. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. What do you mean by that? And then you are sitting there like, yeah, I'm really going for this one because this one really put him down. Okay, wrestling match. Who was in there? Nobody. It was April. So the April sun is here. Ram it on. All of a sudden, let me give it to you. These two fight against each other. You have been watching it for so long, saying, "Oh Lord, I'ma go for S Sarah all the time." So Sarah is not pulling the front. All of a sudden, when Sarah put in the front, John comes following Sarah, saying, "Everybody gotta vote for Sarah." Why? Because Sarah is a good person. You like, wait, John, you have no integrity. Why? Because John, you were with Sarah on there telling Sarah's whole all business, saying Sarah was this, Sarah is this, and Sarah is that. And all of a sudden, you go ahead, get up and tell the whole world that, well, even though I fought with Sarah, I still need you all to go ahead and vote for Sarah because Sarah is good and I'm a good person. No, you are not a good person. You have no integrity to be there. Okay? But the general public don't think, certain people are not looking at it this way, or they're not thinking about it this way. They are maybe looking at it like, how is this running? So you go ahead, let's say Casey's party, John and Sarah, they went ahead and Sarah got the seat. Now John is saying everybody support Sarah. Why is John fighting that? You all need to support Sarah. It's only because for the benefit of John too. You understand? It's for the benefit of John too. That's why John is telling you support Sarah, because if Sarah gets there, John is going to come back and tell Sarah, you see, we both fight, we are in the same party, but give me a place to sit later on, you know? So to you it's like, wait, there's an agreement or something that is made. Because if John did, Sarah is also going to support it. So you look at them saying, wait, what kind of marriage is this? This ain't no marriage. What is this? That means you both were incoherent trying to get Sarah there. And whenever Sarah get there, you both come and say we should fight for Sarah. You both are fake. So all of a sudden, this is what happens. You both are fake. You are only pretending to the general public. So now Sarah gets there, and guess what Sarah does? Sarah now is like, no, man, this is not what it's supposed to be. Okay. So now John, Casey, and S. So the general public is looking at Sarah. Sarah, you are very terrible, because you did not do your work well. You did not do this well. John is at the back trying to say, no, you don't talk to Sarah like that. Sarah is not supposed to be this. We get it, right? But John, you have no integrity within you. You have no backbone. Why? Because when me, I'm telling you, when if I'm in your party, this is what I'm saying, that the system never will make sense if it's running this way. It should not be in the general public's face of um Democrats against Democrats, and after that they come back and tell the world that us here. It should not be that way. It's supposed to always go with one on one, us versus them. And then the public choose, and then we are in. You see? If not, the party is going to have issues. They are going to have issues where Democrats don't speak to Democrats in that party, where Republicans don't speak to Republicans in that party. You see, it's so easy to figure it out. So if they don't speak to each other in the party, guess what they're finna do? Because of this mistake, they are going to make one person is going to say, if you're not going and I'm not going, then guess what? Let's go ahead and push this guy who wants to be like the crazy or something and push this guy out there. But what you people are not thinking about is you putting a person in front of the world coming to represent who you all are and who the other general public out there who voted for you are. And you all, because you are on top, fighting with each other that we didn't know. You have put something in our face that we are like, are you guys kidding me? You know, why did you guys do this? And then now it's like, how are we going to run it? The same thing when it happened with the Republican Party when there was the fight between they were saying that we didn't they did first remember whenever that voting system was coming, they didn't want Trump in there. They had to literally mellow it down and said, well, we're gonna take him as it is because he won. After he won, that's when they really trying to put him on there. But the guy, they were not for him. You understand? That's where Trump got shocked when Pence came in, and I don't want to go there because I kind of know how the whole thing. He got shocked. She said, "Whoa!" It hit him like a ton of bricks. So, but it was a wake up call for the whole world as well. It's a lesson that must be learned. It's almost like the lesson of I don't want to go there. Let me change the topic. But anyways, what I'm trying to teach you is when they do Democrat to Democrat and choose one, and if a Democrat comes and tell us to vote for the Democrat they already fought with, that means something is going on there that we don't know. Seriously. Because I don't want to come and stand there and tell you guys to vote for this person when I don't recognize all the behavior aspect of things that he has put out that he's going to serve the people with. I will never do that. I'll run away. If you do and you come and say, well, because it's not about the good person of how the person is, it's the principalities behind the person's actions, the person's notions that you did disagree with before. You see, I always go with the principalities because you know because look, the person has based their opinions and stuff upon what they're gonna do when they get in the office. You also had yours that you fought against it, saying, I don't want these principalities or principles in this office. But you didn't win because the people literally went ahead for what? For him or her, right? Now that she's there, you all are going to say, I agree with this principalities or behavior. It's not going to work. You know, it's only going to lead the general public in a sense where they are like, you don't look good. You don't look good at all. It's almost like saying, if I can't have you, then nobody else can or will. That would never make sense. Why? Because you're not the person that made that person. You see, you're not the person that created that person. That person have a free mindset to think. And just like the general public, we all have a free mindset to think and venture out and do the things on our own. So this is why when I saw the guy, one of the guys who was presenting the paper, I was like, no, I will never do that. If I do that, okay, let's give it to him. He's doing it. If he does that, he's doing it out of what? Come on, guys. It's always like me saying I have a you find out that somebody literally hurt your somebody got hurt. It's always on the news. I don't want to go there. When somebody got hurt over this and everybody jumped on it and said, well, even if this person got hurt over my toe, I'm gonna go ahead and this person get hurt over my toe. I'm gonna go ahead and say, well, Don't worry, vote for that person. I said, no, it's only coming out of a place called pain, meaning that you think I'm that dumb to come out there and tell you guys no. You guys are going to do or face the pain that I've been through because I know that you guys are full of it. It didn't go, you see. So that's what you have to really assess critical thinking wise that way. This is a very good analogy of how we must take things. This is a very good analogy because I'm telling you, but if you go ahead and do this, you prove to be what? You have an issue with dishonesty. If I say that, remember, you look, folks don't look at you and say you will have an issue with dishonesty, right? But what folks must also realize is if you have already spoken to them about the pain of what happened to you, and now you come back and say this, they need to understand that there's the underlying issue that even though I said that, when push comes to show, it's not going to be like that, So it shows how smart certain people are. It shows you how. That's what I was telling you about even criminal minds, where people always says, I hate this criminal, I hate this person. I said, no, look at how what they did. Just look at what effort they took just to do this. That person's effort must be something that we need to literally assess and see how. That's a genius. But they did it on the negative side and hurt other people. So we look at it as that's very bad. But their organization, the structure of how they compose themselves, that was a genius move. You see? The same thing. If this thing happened like that, who knows that they could if this happened in the smaller party, who knows that one m- apple or one bad apple can say, you know what, I'm gonna go to their party, infiltrate their party all the way to the top. When I get to the top, you guys will see me across the water, and guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make their party looks like crap, and you guys can go ahead and take the whole vote and nobody will come back to this party. Oh, when that happened, you will say that person over there is a smart person. Why? It's called putting the guns on, but you don't put the guns at the bottom. That person put the guns on the top, two sides to the left. That's on the boom. You see what I mean? And nobody catch it. So the people sit down there and say, then what is how is this gonna go? You see what I mean? How is this gonna go? Because even though you thought you were so smart trying to pull the two sides to the left, not knowing there was a what? There was a negative slice to the bottom. So you gotta always like know how to jiggle it, you know? So what I'm trying to speak to you is is if it happens like this in the culture, you lose the people's trust. And it has happened so much that folks now sit around and said, this is now the old man's trick. That don't work no more. You see, it doesn't work anymore. So this is a lesson for you, me, all of you on here on my channel to learn that we must be alert on certain things. We must take a step towards certain things. One of the questions that I was posed with is the question of how do people become presidents or become take charge in offices, and most of them have not been to how do you call it, to the army, to the army, or they have not served as police officers, they have not even served in the medical field, you know. They literally, this is what the problem is, they have not served in the medical field, they have not served in as police officers, service wise. They have only served from, I used to be a clerk, yeah, and I heard the cases and everything of the cases, and then now I am now what, a president. It's going to be something that we gotta really take a look at. You see? So this is what I was telling you, that the way we are choosing the presidential candidates. You see, the criminal justice department, it was supposed to rotate to get folks to the top, right? It was supposed to rotate, but it seemed as if it did not rotate. The ladder stopped somewhere. So it only circulates on the top, but it didn't rotate from the bottom. You see? And one of the things that I will be scared to vote for a person who have no record is, I'll be terrified. I don't think I will ever be able to vote for a president who never experienced anything of a lifetime. I can't. You know why? Because this is what happens. It actually does not stand for those that are in struggles, that really want to go ahead and get their voice heard. It doesn't represent them. You see, when a president or somebody gets up there on the top who never had any issue or anything like that, this is where the good boy, it's called the good boy or the good man attitude, we gotta cut it out. Because we always say it's a good man attitude if you live in your community, you never you didn't you never experienced this, you never did it's good, we can have the good man attitude on top, but a good man attitude have to also show that they have actually done a lot of community service don't even matter. It's not going residency. You know what residency is? Go there and do it for years. For how long? For years. Means you were what? You were probably a single mom. Let's put it that way. You were a single mom. You got two boys. You understand? You work at the hospital for, let's say, 3 years as a housekeeper. You were wiping floors, housekeeper. You understand? You work at the state government office as a paralegal for 2 years, paralegal, right? Okay. Let's say, what did you do? You went and you got your degree. You serve in the criminal justice department by working at the front desk, of course. You didn't really experience a lot, but still you were there serving, contributing to the community for maybe 1 year, right? You also went ahead and let me do the background. You were like, well, I got my bachelor's because you did your associate with that. So you good. You got your bachelor's 4 year degree. Well, criminal justice was not good for you. So you went and do like a nursing or something. You understand? So you became a nurse, and then you did nursing, and then it was okay, okay, okay. Now you came back on the seat, and then you wanted a seat, right? This person is a very good candidate. Do you know that? They were had their struggles with the kids. They did housekeeping for a while. They did paralegal for a while. They got criminal justice associate. They did went through. They got nursing associate. And we go to the point where we said we can put your medical information out there because that's not good. But we say, well, have you taken care of anybody that is disabled before? disability wise, they're like, well, I was a nurse. Well, we will give that up to you. So check mark, right? Disability wise. So let's say, well, that is good, but anybody that's serving the army, that all these things, right? So this person is a good candidate because they have served the community, they have been there, they have a little bit background of it and all that. So they can take the local seats where they can learn more. Okay? So when they take the local seat and they can learn more, means that's not the time for them to be sitting around there and drinking juice and all that. It's the time for them to fight, meaning go out there and learn, well, who, how, which. But they always say no, you gotta buy a seat. So this person, they don't have the enough money, they can't afford the seat. The seat is probably, how do you call it, $4,000, $5,000. They gotta literally wait for their tax income to come just to afford it, because right now they were living high, driving around with a big old Cadillac, you know pulling pulling Cadillacs everywhere, so they are broke, so they couldn't cut it. So there's another person who got a law enforcement, 4 years, maybe 4 years in law enforcement. They were in the army for another 4 years. This person has have been there, man. Now he got it 8 years on the deck. He went in the army when he was 16 years of age, right? And then when he came, he did like a 2 years criminal justice, okay? And then after doing 2 years criminal justice, he did like a 5 year 2 years criminal justice. He went and do in associate. He went and do his bachelor's 4 years criminal justice degree. Okay, now he went and got a seat, and then wait, he got the money, so he got the seat. The seat was only like 5 grand, 5 grand, and he paid cash for it. Okay, so now between these two, who would you vote for? Think about it. So this guy said he has served in the army 4 years. He went there when he was 16. He went to what do you call it, police officers when he was 4 years. He did that, and then he did criminal justice degree and all that. So now the person looks like he has a very qualified background. Guys, this is not the person that you are ready to put as a president. I'm gonna tell you why. Why are you not going to pick a 4 year veteran, 4 year this, 2 years criminal justice, 2 years of that? This person did not do what is called experience with the people. They only did experience. Oh my gosh, I did a case without knowing it. Can you imagine? Stuff like this happen. This person is not a good candidate. Okay? This person can lead to what is called war. Okay, this person can cause what is called war, meaning they know is the force, where let's go fight, let's go argue, I mean let's go fight, let's go defend, let's go. This person have put it all out there, but they don't have almost like the soft part of themselves. So a person like this, you don't disqualify them, let's put it there. You go ahead and give them what is called, that's like I'm saying, uh how do you call it, a residency. The residency, they got to know how the homeless live, you know what I'm saying, how the homeless population works. They got to know how do you call it, they got to know, do they have kids, whether they were single, were they in a single family home. This person needs that on their record. Were they able to, after the service, they came and work in a hospital, or at a Burger King or something for 2 years, something that made him experience how to get along with folks, how to how to um how to community wise. Did they even do that? You see, So if the person don't they, because they have all the manly aspect of the whole 9 yards intact, that qualifies them to be the one that takes the seat. But they never work outside of the criminal justice. You see, they never experienced the other side medical wise. They didn't go there. You know, they were only in the army for 4 8. Some people spend 8 years in the army, right? I actually was going to tell the government that they don't need to let people serve 8 more years above it. You only do 4 and that's it. Okay, you can go ahead and use the other 4 to serve another degree or another program to help yourself. You know why I'm saying this? I knew a person that signed up for army for 8 years. Can you imagine? And the 8 years he was like, Sarah, if guys, I'm gonna go there with you. Don't do it. You do the 4, and after the 4 do another 4 with the opposite, because you go with the criminal, you go with the medical, and then you go to the other top. Okay, so this person is, and this, who would you vote for? I will not vote for 4 year police, 4 year, no. Why am I saying this is, look, and this lady too, I would not vote for her. Why wouldn't I vote for her? Because she only presented the feminine aspect of things. Okay? Where she did not really go to the male aspect of things as well. So she's not balanced, and so is he. So now let's see who is really balanced, and now you're gonna catch it. Well, I work in the hospital. Let's put it. I work in the hospital for I work in the hospital for, let's say, 5 years. Okay, what were you doing? I was on the floor, maybe being a PCA. Okay. Oh, really? Or, yeah, you were being a PCA. You really taking care of folks. You saw the whole 9 yards. Okay. PCAs are hard workers. Let me tell you that. PCAs almost do the PC guys. Look, remember that the lowest jobs do the most. You see, but people don't want to look at that way. The lowest jobs do the most. So if you cannot, if whenever I see people trying to fight about a PCA and a nurse, and I laugh and I said, why wouldn't you as a nurse want to be a PCA? Well, because I gotta go to school. And I said, why did you go to school then? I went there just so I could do it was too much work. That's it. The PCA do the cleaning of the butt. You understand? The PCA do the showering. The PCA does a lot. Yes, guys. The PCA in the when you go to, guys, when you have people admitted in the hospital, you always look for the PCA. Yes. Say, who's the PCA going to care for my mama today? They said this one. You said, oh, okay. That's the person you gotta go to the hospital and bring flowers to. That's the one when you leaving, you gotta say, I gotta give a tip to this one. That's the person you got. Why am I telling you this? Because mama's basic needs of caring will come out from that PCA. This is what they do. They do the showering. They will cut the toes. They will make mama feel comfortable. They will put the pillow. They will prop the seat up. They will let mama feel as if mama is home. Okay, or father is home. So that's the PCA you go to and say, let me give you something. Because when the nurse comes, right? If the PCA, guys, look, whenever a person die in the hospital, do you know who transport the the dead body? The transporter, the guy who comes and pick the dead body and take it. Sometimes the nurse do follow, sometimes they don't. Okay, so now you are like, who did the dirty work? Or who did the work that had a lot? Let me give it to you. So the PCAs literally do almost like half of the nurses' job with the caring part. The nurses do the jobs on doing giving the medication, right? Going internal. Okay, so nurses are like the internals. Okay, and the PCA are like the external. Remember when you go outside and you look like, oh my god, you just came from the grocery store, and you know your presentation. PCAs is the coat that you must wear. Okay, the presentation of what the hospital look, the presentation of how the caring department look. If your PCAs are not looking good in your hospital, you are in trouble. Your job, your company is not gonna succeed, because they are always the first impression, the first smile of your company. Okay, so you gotta really treat them nice. If you go to hospital, you find that person. Okay, they're gonna be the one brushing the teeth of your person. If yes, okay, so you find a PCA and appreciate them because they are awesome folks out there. And this person is a PCA, work for 2 years or 5 years doing PCA. They said, my job was so hard, my backbone was broken. I decided to go for something better with myself. But I was doing PCA and working at the post office. I knew a woman who worked at the post office for 30 years. Can you imagine? She worked at the post office for 30 years. Okay. And now she went trying to get her nursing degree. She was already hitting the top, you know? So you see, this person, can you imagine? It needs to be what helped, because they have contributed a lot for the community. Okay, so let's go ahead and say this one say PCA, 5 years PCA. All of a sudden, they get their criminal justice associate degree. Criminal justice associate degree. They move from PCA and they go and be like a cop or something with the court or the cop, right? Or they say, well, I'm going to go ahead and join the army. After all these years, they're going backwards. You see, some folks do really go backwards. They go to the front and go backwards. Oh, Lord. Yeah, okay. And say, well, I'm going to go ahead and join the army and go and do like a 2 years. But it's a female, right? So she said, no, I can't do that. So I have no decision, but I guess let me go ahead and go work at the court as a bailiff or something, right? Let me do it. Guys, don't ever tell anybody that it's a bailiff that all you do is just make sure you keep the peace in the in the courtroom. They are the most important aspect when it comes to the criminal justice department in the court. Okay, why? Because you never know who is going to come through the door with what, with anything. You understand? The courts literally tell you they check the up and down and they scan you before you came in there. But I'm like, have you ever seen somebody use their bare hands to literally fight another person? I've seen it with my own eyes. It was not pretty. Okay. And they had to literally bite the person's hand off. Because yeah, so it's not easy. So you gotta see this. You never see people really fit fight. It's not good. So the bailiff is very important also in the courtroom. Okay, so I remember I went to the court one time and I didn't really know who the bailiff was. They told me, oh, go to the bailiff. She's the person. The bailiff is gonna give the names and everything. And I was like, the bailiff is the one in the front, not knowing that the bailiff is the one actually standing over there. You see, because I'm gonna teach you. So let's go. So you got a criminal justice associate. We go ahead and get a person who have, let's say, they want to be a cop or they serve in the service. They did a PCA, they got an associate degree, they got a C, they serve at the prison for taking care. uh, guys, this is why I'm gonna go ahead and go all the way in there, because I want to see, I want to experience what is really going on in these seats that folks are taking. What are they really doing? I'm gonna go there. Trust me. You take me here on this channel serious. Follow me. Do not decline me. And we're gonna go all the way. Okay? Yes, we're gonna go all the way. So now, what we just realized here is this woman have PCA's background. This woman have criminal justice background. Okay, he said he went and probably worked at the cops, the station for maybe 2 years. Let's put it 2 years. She has 5 kids. You understand? She has 5 kids. She's taking care of. You understand? That's a fam. That's a whole, and she's a whole home, and she's a single mom. So she's a dad already. You know that? She's a man already in the home. She's practicing the manly attributes already. For how long is the how old are the kids? The kids are like 10 years or 12 years. That means she has been a father on her own for 12 years. This person have background check almost like the manly attribute where this person went to the army, went to the 4 years and all that. Why? Because do you know it took her, she has 12 years, right? Raising how many? 5 kids. Now let's say the kids are 12, 17, and let's say 5. This person, and now let's say the 17-year-old boy is now in college. This person really, really did like a boot camp, a boot camp. You understand? This person is going to be good for the seat. Okay, they're going to be good for the seat. So whenever this come in, why I'm trying to teach you this is, why is this person good for the seat? They raised 17, 12, 17, 5. They work as a PCA for 5 years. They went ahead and got their associate degree in criminal justice. This person never stopped. They keep pushing. You understand? They say, well, life is not fair for me. I gotta keep pushing. You meet this person, guess what? They laugh, they are fun and everything. They did their criminal justice. They went and said, let me get the bachelor's. They got the bachelor's. They probably did like serving in the community for 2 years here, 1 year over there, and they gain community badge or something, award or something. This person is good for the seat. Okay, this person is going to be good for the seat. But the fear we must have with this person is called what? Submissive. Submissive. The fear that we must have with this person is called submissive. Not being able to literally confront someone when it comes to what is called bullies in the seats. Because there are some bullies out there where you gotta literally bully, they will bully you out for the sake of you not having, let's say you didn't go to the army and all that stuff. They have it in them, like, oh, it's not like, let me teach you this way, it's not like they will literally, it's called like a manly energy where they feel so strong, like they gotta tease you with it, like, boy and girl, but sometimes it becomes overbearing. So these women or these men who have this background, we need to literally, they need to watch themselves, that when they become into the seat, they are able to take charge and do not let nobody put them down. If this person go ahead and increase, keep going and keep going and gets to the top, what we will all see is the person is soft. They are very soft in a manner that they break down when anything comes to their face. They break down when things comes to them. You know what I'm saying? And the only time you should break down is what? Tell me. A lot of betrayals, when you find out you've been betrayed, that you can break down, but after your betrayal you wipe your face and said, you now gonna see what I'm finna do to you. You beg me. You understand? So that's where this part comes through. So, this woman or this man, we must we pay close attention to and get them there. But we should be careful with the sense that they don't go out there bitter. That's one, bitter, trying to bamboozle everybody down, or go out there. You see, they become bitter, and they don't go out there being discrimination, using that word a lot about how I am for this party, that discrimination stuff, it got to stop. And this person need to need what is called, also, yes, you need what is called residency. Okay, so all these three people that I just did a whole background for, they all need residency. Why? Because the one with the 4 years army, 4 years this, they don't know the feminine aspect of things. Where is, okay, did you ever take care of children for 5 years? Would you have kids? Yeah, I got a boy and a girl. Are you married? Are you a single mom? If you are married, yeah, but guess what? Single moms does a lot. Single dads does a lot. If you are a single dad, do you pay your child support? Yes. Do you do? You do? You take care of them good? Perfect. Yes. You see all these things because why? Because you are going to serve a community, and you have to be able to literally sometimes come out with the truth like, hey, yeah, this is it, man. But I'm for the people. What these folks must realize is after you serve your term, 2 years term of doing whatever you did, you go there and you sit down. You are almost like, that was really good, that when I used to serve and all that stuff. That was really good. But what did I gain out of it? You know? What did I gain out of it? Trying to find my colleagues, trying to do all that. So that's why you have to do it with fun, excitement, loving, truth, trustworthy, understanding folks to get to the top. Because at the end of the day, when all this push comes to stop, when you get to a point where you got to retire, you want to look back and say, man, those were some fun days. You know what I'm saying? Those were some fun days, and I helped a lot of folks. And I build my career based upon that. You got to be able to say it. Don't be the retiree who is so bitter and scared to walk around. Why? Because somebody is going to come out there with a gun trying to pop this retiree. Because when he was on the seat, he was telling everybody, you are bad. You know, don't be that. Okay, don't be the retiree where everybody, when you come through the door, everybody's not. It's almost like something stink up in here. Why? Because you wanted to go around and bamboozle everybody because you got the power. And that's not good. That's not good as a retiree. Okay? You just got to make sure, "Hey, can we communicate? What do you need that we can help you here with? How do we?" Yes. Okay? Let's get this going. Because right now, let me tell you, we don't want a civil war in this country. No, nobody wants a civil war. That's terrible. Who wants that? Now is the time you said no. I want a what? A silver spoon fed. Means feed me with all the smiles that you got. Why? Because I have done all my runarounds too much. Now is the time I gotta put my leg on top the other one. Get me some tea. What are you drinking? Juice? Orange? Careful what's coming through here. Yes, because you have done a whole lot of runarounds. Okay. Now is the time for you to weep. Okay. Or almost like the harvest. Now it's time for you to eat. So, guys, I'm going to try and leave you here with this notion of when you choosing a representative, don't always say, well, the guy with the this, the consciously. We need folks that are going to be able to represent our community. Don't just go because, oh, it's Uncle Bobby's college friend, who is Uncle Molly's girlfriend, who is Uncle Molly's girlfriend friend. I know that person. Huh? That's how folks were choosing about it, I'm telling you. It's Uncle Bobby's friend who know that person, who is that person is there. Whoa! Unbelievable. Casey's ballot was not good at all. So let's put that on the side. Let's put it on the side. So now I gave you the three people and how to choose. One is all feminine, feminine. You don't see no manly attributes. One is all manly attributes, no feminine attributes. One is mismatch and all that stuff. One is whenever it's mismatch, that's when you have to look at the background of the person. I was asking the lady, so how do we see them talk? How do we see them represent themselves? The lady was like, they are on TV going at it 24/7. And I was saying to myself, okay, they're on the TV going at it 24/7, almost like this. you, how do you, they're on the TV going at it 24/7. That's good, right? But they said, well, on the election day, you go, guys, I was thinking, what's going on here? There's a lot of things that needed in guys, we needed to literally speak about. Okay, so now let me tell you when I got inside. They got food back there, they eating back there at the back. I say, this is like a two system. What, like I told you, this is a two system. It's like a male and a female system that is broke down, beat down, torn apart. That is being represented here, and it's up to one person to come in and vote, give you a 25%, and you are like, oh, what is this? You see, so it was like they got the food back there. I was like, this is stinky up in here. First of all, it's supposed to be smelling like cherries and cherries and vanilla, and it's supposed to make you feel like, I came to vote. And then after you vote and everything, these folks just give you a little tag on your shoulder and say, you done. I'm like, wait, I did not get no hat saying what? Red. Oh, I did not get no hat with a blue sticker on there. I didn't get no hat. You did not get no pen. You did not get you even the shirt that said you voted. You don't get it. You get you a tag on your shirt saying thank you for coming to vote. So wait, taxpayers, this is the question you must ask. You don't get no water when you come in there. You grab on some water. You were supposed to get some water, get you some. They're supposed to have like a bag. This is what Chick-fil-A was doing so good with the nurses. Why? Because Chick-fil-A was able to order boxes, what it's called boxes, given to the nurse, and they eat it, and it was presented really nice. So if you were a company like this, you are supposed to go to the elections office and say, well, you know what? We're going to go ahead and supply what is called food to the people that come in there and vote. It's for comfort as well, and this is where advertisements come in. It's almost like the community don't talk to each other. The voting arena was supposed to be made before you cut. It's almost like a tunnel. They were supposed to make it like a tunnel where that you go through the tunnel, right? Or before you come outside of the tunnel, you go here, you actually experience how the new hospitals are going to be built in the area. I was thinking they were doing that. Guys, I don't know. I think I live in another world. I was thinking that the newest hospitals that's going to be built in the communities, they're going to set up like, what do you call it? A render where you will see like, okay, where it's gonna be built. about everything that they talked about on the ballot sticker, where it says that they were going to construct apartments over here on 1600 block of Texas Parkway, and then they will have the render around and said, this is the render, this is how it looked like, and everything. What they showed, they presented it, and then it was everywhere in the room that you look at it and said, no, I don't agree with that, I do agree with this. You pick your stuff, you go around, and every questions that you know, that's what I don't know how they do it here, but I think I don't know. This is not how it's supposed to be. Like the hospitals were supposed to come in, they show like, okay, you know, this is our newest, let's say, method. Somebody from the medical hospital come in and say, well, we have this new program where we helping PCAs go from PCAs to nurses. We had this program that we it's called bridge program, that we're going to train them from the job onwards. And also the unemployment department was supposed to also come in and say though, well, you know, we have these jobs that are available, and the yes, that's what I thought it was, guys. Well, it's like, okay, the end, because look, when we voting for the government to come on there, we vote based upon these things. So I'm thinking that the workers comp is there, the retirees new plan that is supposed to go with the voting is already there, that they have it, you know. And it was almost like a separate hall somewhat, but it doesn't work like that. This is where I came in, like one room with a whole bunch of little whole spots everywhere, and with one, you know, like, oh my god, Buddha Buddha on me in the front. So it's like, whoa, this is there. Let's pull it back. Curtains. You see? So what I'm trying to tell you is this. I was thinking this way, that all the things they talked about on the ballot, saying, um, like I told you, there is this thing. Do you agree with it? I'm not gonna go ahead and vote and agree to something that I don't actually see the physicalities or the outcomes of how it's going to do in the predictions you guys said. You're supposed to show it. You have a board, you have a render made, you have a little construction that's made. Is there? This is how it look. Well, people are like, well, that means it gotta be in every other 5 states. No, it's only for that community because we are voting there, right? You can go to this other community that is going to be there and go see how it creates what's called fun culture, where folks are able to say, let me travel here and see how this building is going to be. Girl, when I went there trying to vote, I saw how their setup was. It was beautiful, you know. They don't have the pictures of the folks that you are even going to vote for. I mean, I don't know. Of who you are going to vote for, you know. So they have the names here, all right. I think the pictures wise, they did it in a way that it can. I believe they were coming from a place where it's almost like unanimous. But no, the person that's going to represent what they said, stand these folks next to everything that they said. Let people come. Almost like walking in the Hall of Fame, where you see the pictures over there in the Hall of Fame, and you see what they said underneath it. And then you are like, wow, this person is really good. Like I walk in one of the halls, I think one of my high school. It wasn't high school, like a college. I was so proud because I saw one of my country's representative in Chroma was on the wall, have the kente on, and in Chroma had gave some kind of speech or whatever, and they had written in there the years that in Chroma did, and I was like, "Well, everybody always put in Chroma and all that stuff, but what about my kin? You understand?" you know, and well, how about our kings and chiefs and all that stuff? But guess what? We are around another country, so we cannot get that. We only pick the government system. That's what we can get. So hey, let's go ahead and go with it. So what I was saying is, what happened is, these things did not really present themselves well when it comes to the voting system. And the system was put up into two. I had the question that I talked to you guys before, like, if an electronic counted this, how did the paper ballot get counted? I wanted to ask the guy, do you really, you said you put the ticket here. So I'm thinking maybe the ticket go in there, they pick the ticket at the end of the day, and then they take it to the main office, and they are able to count the ticket one, two, three, four with their hands as it goes. So I was thinking, well, if it went to this machine and this machine counted it, of course, is going to go ahead and do what? And give the right number, but it's not, because it's technology. Like literally, my face, I can blink and the money just go different. Okay, so yeah, I was like, I guess let's go ahead, and that's what it says. Take it and go over there. So they have the two systems separated, and it's everywhere. It's everywhere, you know. And I just look at it and I said, How are they doing this? Where the food section was, is at the back. Where the citizens are standing on the left, trying to. I mean, it did not work. It did not work at all. This was bad. I mean, this was real bad. Just looking at it, I was like, oh, Lord. But of course, I had to come through and, deliver. So, like I tell you guys, this is where taxpayers' money are in question of what happened to our money. What happened with the taxpayers' money? If none of this is appreciated and given, what's happening with the taxpayers' money? How is it that these folks are not coming here to represent what they are going to build in the communities? If let's say this let's say example, I always use the hospital because I'm familiar with it. If this hospital said they're going to build this place over here in the community, we need them to come and show a render during the election time. Sit it there almost like an art, Gary. Guys, I love art, so maybe that's why I get things wrong. I love art, so I'm always thinking this is where the artist also gets money. This is where the artist in the community also makes money. This is where the young boys and girls also starts to get engaged. Because I was like, where is the artist who is here? And they have done the art of what this is. Guys, I don't know. They were supposed to even have an art challenge in the communities, let's say art challenge or something in the communities, where people draw and then challenges, it gets picked up. The newspaper that, I mean, I have no idea how they were running this. You see, I have no idea. So now, you as a citizen, you are only go ahead and go read about what this person wants to bring to the community, and then after you read it, you are done. And the person is trying to convince us how the apartments are going to be good for us, and you are sitting there like, that's not your money you using to build the apartments. Let the apartment people come and tell us what they're going to do for the community, how they represent the community, not you as an official coming to stand here and tell us, well, the apartment community is going to make sure that all of you guys are good. I said, this is a bad boss business. You see what bad boss business is? It's like, y'all come and tell me what y'all finna do over here, and I'm gonna tell my folks how we gonna get this thing done. And it's like, no, bad boss. That ain't how it's supposed to be. Let them come, show us, tell us, put the render out, Everybody come through it, see it. They say, well, that's what's supposed to be with the community meeting. You are like, when we came to the community meetings, guess what? You guys were talking about Sec 1, Sec 2, A2, A4. That was a public hearing. That ain't no community hearing. You understand? So that don't even cut it. You get what I mean? So let me not go there. I think I get deeper, I get deeper faster. Let me turn this light on. Boom. It was too dark in here. So, what I'm trying to give you is this. Now is the time this year. We have 13 years in this cycle, right? For real conscious awakening. 13 years. Can you imagine? 13 years. That means get ready. Because and right now I will be scared. Everybody gotta now you gotta watch about the law and everything about the law. You have to now is the time. If I was in the medical field, I would leave it and go to the criminal justice field, because it's about a bunch of things that things are going to start happening where you will need the law. Let's go over the law. Let's see how we gonna fix this, because something is not working, man. Something ain't working. So I'm telling you, I see folks that have a background. The background is so pretty, medical all throughout, medical everywhere. But they don't even know. Like somebody said, I don't know where the tax place is to file my taxes. And I said, huh? They don't know how to file their own taxes. Some people that I met, they made their mother-in-laws do their taxes. They make their girlfriends do their taxes. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like you something wrong. Yeah. Okay. Because I don't know. I can see it. Okay. They make folks do their taxes, everything, and yeah, I make young men who didn't know how to file taxes, and I said, you're supposed to know this when you are 15 years old, 16 or 18. They don't teach this in high school. High school never taught you how to file your taxes. And then the kids graduate from high school, go to college. College never taught you how to file your taxes unless you took economics. Even economics class, that's far off. Unless you took economics, that's a degree program. So the kids who were growing up don't know how to file their taxes. I was shocked when the person literally said, I don't know, can you show me? I don't know how to do it. I was like, oh, can you do it for me? you know. So if you are here listening to my channel, go get you a plain tax paper. Show your child how to do it. Show your child how to do it. Let your child learn how to do it. Some people are like, "Oh, I don't want to expose my child to money." And I was like, yeah, continue staying there. That's how we got broke for the rest of our life. Because everybody's like, oh, numbers is not in the book. I don't want to go ahead and teach my child how to count 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. Yeah, of course, if you train him right, the money part would not have been an issue. Okay? So we did not teach our kids these little things. We had time for our kids to say we gotta go to concert, which is not a bad idea. We gotta go do this and that. When there's a lot of things in the home that the children are lacking. Your children don't know how to file taxes. They don't even know how to read their stocks. They don't know I met women that they said, let my child let my child know how the stock market work. That is not good, man. So I know. And I was like, am I listening to folks? Folks don't want their children to learn how stock markets work because it's not in the Bible. And then you sit around, you are like, is everything okay, man? But I don't want my kids to know how the taxes work because they're going to be greedy. And then you are like, folks, folks are out there. Kids are doing taxes at 5 years, 6 years old. You out here, your son is 18, 19. They can't do that now, man. Cause I gotta find my own. I said no, because you're willing to put that child there and claim that child to death. That's what it is. You see, this is where the problem came in. So now I know some people. I'm not gonna lie to you. I even know an older in my own. I can't even tell you. 36. They still gotta go out there to the guy who filed taxes over there for the guy to do their taxes for them. And guess how much the guy charges? $500. $500. $300 just to do a single father taxes for them. Is this laziness or what? $500. You see, guys, so look, you are able to make a lot of money because guess what? Some people just don't want to do it themselves. They feel lazy, you know? And this is where we have come to. Okay? I'm gonna try and leave you all here. $500 for taxes. My father, oh my god. I feel so bad for him. His taxes, somebody always have to file it for him and charge him $400, $500. Dad, I can do it for you. No, 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 no. You my child. You my child. Nah, child, don't mess with that. That's the IRS. And then you are like, all the other person is doing is putting the numbers in. Yeah, but that's the IRS. Yes. And I said that the only way the person gets you more is if they how guys. You see, let me tell you, with the whole taxes and everything. When you file your taxes, some people are like, this person is able to get me more, that person is able to get me more. This is where I want to go to the government and ask the government. If these people made this same amount of taxes, right? If these people pay the same amount of taxes, wherever they go, the tax is supposed to be the same amount that trickle out. How is it that this person is supposed to get the more and this person is supposed to get the more? That means the IRS is not even doing their job properly. You see, I found my taxes where the IRS literally took $2,000 off out of it, and I'm like, $2,000 from what? But I don't want to go there with them. I'm like, okay, whatever. Let me just let it go because if I go over there to their location, I want them to sit me down, break it down, and teach me. It's not going there with anger because I want to learn. You see, you go to these places for them to teach you. When I go to a place like the voting arena, I wanted them to show me where, how. And then when I come home, I'm able to teach you here on my channel. Okay. So do the same thing. Go out there, tell folks, show me, teach me. Let me learn to be an expert. You know what I did? How did I do this? There was an Asian guy who I work with. Actually, it was a Spanish guy, and the Spanish guy took me to the Asian guy, and the Asian guy was able to help me. So the Spanish guy, I was like, man, I'm working here. This is this, that, that. The Spanish guy was like, let me help you out. Took me to the Asian guy. The Asian guy helped me out. And the guy literally sat me down and taught me a whole bunch of things. And I was like, oh, you see? So let me keep that going. So told me a whole bunch of things about the 401k, everything. So have this mindset. And how was this whole thing happening? Folks were saying, sir, I want to talk to that person to go over there for them to teach me. Why? And I'm like, why can't you do that? No, girl, no. And I'm trying to understand why. Are you guys fighting with each other? You don't even know them. You are only lacking information due to the possibility of you locking your minds that the person is this or they maybe that's how they are, but you are going there to learn. Okay, so go let them teach you. Okay, so guys, this is why I'm teaching you here on my channel that the way you're choosing these ballots, when it's constrict or it's too clean to the curve, you are like, what bread are we eating? God, is it a Hawaiian or a prosciutto? you know. Just things you gotta ask. You understand? These things you gotta ask. Cause it's like stuff cannot look so clean and stuff cannot be so dirty. It gotta be like almost like gray. The gray is like the judge. To see the gray line between everything, you gotta have the eye for it. Okay, it's hard. It's not easy to see the gray line in everything. If a person always see the gray line in everything, that person was already born like that. Yes, they are born like that. So there's nothing you can do to let them see black or to let them see all white. No, they are born, they are made like that. So you can't change that person. It's almost like if they are a judge, they are the judge all the time because that's how they're born. Okay, or if somebody's bad, it's like I said, you always see the bad in something. You try to change them, and they still see it. It's like they have grown it inside of them. Okay, but almost that's where I will bring it back to. A lot of children are all grays. A lot of children are born gray. Children are always born gray. Okay? Don't let nobody deceive you. Children are always born gray. Gray. Okay? Children are always born gray. Why do I say this? Children are always born gray because they live another cycle. They come back, they are given birth to, and then you see their innocence. So the children are judges. Huh? We only made them become a person, either a fugitive or the cop. Okay? Either a fugitive or the correction officer. But children are born judges. Okay? That's why I tell folks your child will not just pick up and go commit suicide. No child on this planet will ever get up and go commit a suicide. Like you hear folks say this word, saying, "Well, she wasn't there." They always have what is called mental illness was associated with a child committing the suicide. The child was mentally ill. That's why the child went and committed suicide. And I said, who is teaching them this? Who teach you this? You guys are only fabricating an issue to what is called an illness. There's a problem. Don't take the problem as if it's an illness. If you do that, you have defiled a lot of children. Oh, this person commits suicide, they have mental illness. Everywhere I went, like that, I ever heard folks talk about children that committed suicide, they said those children had mental problem. They were mentally ill. And I said, wow, you know wow. What about the businessmen that were jumping off the buildings because guess what, they didn't make enough money, or they lose all their assets. But they were like, well, those folks were due to stress and they were not able to take the probability of. And I say, yeah, 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 yada, 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 yada. That's a lot. You talking. Da, 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 da. Your mouth is too open. Okay? Mental illness. That's what they said. Children commit suicide. Most of them base it upon mental illness with the child. Problem. Okay. Next time I'll teach you why your child does these things or your child did that. It's such a bad issue because a lot of mothers they didn't know that their their friends they're not that they didn't know. Some of them were facing it because once your child do this thing, everybody's looking at you like you were a bad mom. and something was really terribly wrong with you, you were psych, they had it in there for you. You see? So this is what I'm going to say. I'm sorry to all those mothers who had children who did this, committed suicide. I feel very bad for you. May God bless you and help your soul wherever you are. No mother is supposed to actually go through this type of pain or agony, okay? And I actually wanted to go ahead and say I actually wanted to go ahead and say to all those children out there too, if you, I know time have passed, okay? Time have passed where my eyes cannot see you and you cannot see me. But if you can hear me out there, I just want you to know that I have pity for you. I have the heart for you. Means I get it. A lot of society things that was made or put out here, it was not fair for children that were being raised. You understand? A lot of them, a lot of these things help put our kids in places where we had no idea that they could be. You understand? And if you were part of it and you passed us, I just want to say my sorry goes out to you. And wherever you are, may God help and grant you another life and give you an understanding that you need to, an understanding of how the world is. The next time you come back to this world or when we see each other again, you are able to make a good use of it, okay? Of your life, all right? Because you didn't understand, okay? So this is why I tell mothers, your child didn't get up and commit suicide. No. Okay? Yeah, when I hear this thing in the places of studies and all that, I'm like, no. You guys, something wrong with you. Nobody's child gets up and go pick a gun and go pop somebody. I'm gonna tell you that. There is a lesson of how a man become a man and how a woman become a woman. And these lessons have been hidden from our eyes that our own children did not know how to live in this world, okay? I love you all. I appreciate you all. May God bless you all wherever you are and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.